What's up, YouTube? This is a special little 4-part series of this really cool wedding set that I made. I broke up the whole leather crafting process into 4 pieces, kind of the first 25%, the second 25%, and so on. I decided it would be super cool and interesting to kind of give you little segments from start to finish, rather than kind of brush over all the steps of the process on every project. So you could actually watch something be made from start to finish, all across 4 separate items. This is video 4 where we're actually wrapping our project up and taking our piece across that finish line.
So after we get all of our color done, what we're gonna do now is scythe the back. Scything it, as you can see, it's kind of like running a potato peeler, and it actually slices off little bits of the leather. This thins it out, especially on these shoes, because shoes are supposed to be super flexible and comfortable. With tooled leather, it's kind of thick, so thinning this out and giving it the right flex is going to give us the comfort that we're looking for.
Alright, so this is definitely a hard part of the process, especially with these shoes. I do my best on Vans to kind of have a cool little shape going. I hate when people do Vans and they're just like these giant ovals. Like, I feel like trying to get around the side a little bit more is just going to give your customer more space and more room for just cool tooling and stuff. So I really just want to get the tack on the main part of the shoe, doing the edges. Worrying about the edges, I'll get them when I glue this panel down. I'll go out to the edges here, because this shoe is kind of so weird and such a strange, complex shape. Unless you kind of make it more than one piece of leather, you're not going to be able to get a good bend, really. So it's important to I'm focusing on the top here, and I'm looking down at the bottom, trying to make sure the face of the shoe, like this, is nice and stuck, because the face of the shoe is obviously the most important. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a clip, and then I don't have a better way of really securing these, but what I've been doing with shoes is literally just taking a piece of old crappy buck stitch. This is some pro lace from the early 2000s that I bought off of a saddle shop that closed down. I know I'm never gonna use it for a project, so I just use it as a tool. So when I'm laying it down, I want to make sure I come in and kind of trap that lead, so I don't have to worry about holding the end of it. It's not a perfect method, but it is a method that works. And see, we get pretty good down in here. Obviously it's a little bit lifted, but that should, it's not enough to mess with us. And then down here on this side, there's pretty gosh darn good contact here. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of set this up in a way where it kind of sits like this with some weight on it and keeps this wrap kind of tied down for a couple hours, and then we'll come back to it. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the second shoe. Alright, so it's been a couple hours. These should be pretty glued on there. So it's basically how they're gonna look, but we're gonna throw some stitching on there. Normally I'd use the Cobra Class 4, but for shoes I have to use a special machine. This is a boot machine. As long as it's a certain thickness, you can sew whatever you want, but the reason why I use this is because this is super nimble and you can actually sew in every direction. So you can come this way, you can go that way, you can sew that way, you can sew any direction, and it can change and move, and that's what this mechanism in here is for. I'll try and give you guys a little bit of a view, which is gonna be hectic. I don't know how much the camera's gonna be in the way for this, but we're gonna try. Alright, last step of the process, we gotta trim some threads. We're gonna cut them close. Come with the lighter and burn any of them. Bang, bang. There we have them.
I hope you guys liked that video. Make sure to check out the other videos in this series. They're gonna all be linked down in the description below. One of the cool things that I'm hoping to kind of show with this video series is that kind of all leather projects are essentially the same. Obviously, you're gonna have a little bit of different stuff up front with the designing and making sure things fit. But once your pattern's made and pieces of leather are cut out, to tool out a project and finish it and sew it up and do all those things is pretty much the same. So if you guys are leather crafters, make sure to jump out of your comfort zone and try something new, because if you can do one thing, you can do something else. If you are not a leather crafter and are interested in some custom leather goodies for your wedding or just everyday life, be sure to check out my links down in the description below. I would love to make you something super sick, super one of a kind, and tailor it up just for your specific needs. As you can tell, it's a little bit out of the box order. We did, you know, gray roses with red floral. That might not be your specific taste, but it is definitely this nice, ladies. And that's one of my favorite parts of the job, is just being able to bring other people's ideas to life and make them functional pieces of art that they can use and hold on to for a really long time. If you like that video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that obligatory YouTube stuff. Check out my other videos, all the links down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.